Well, like the Cthulhu Adventures, wasn't like one of the nasty items actually buried underneath the main support column of a bridge?
Yeah, it was a
Yes,
necromancer.
in one of the like it's in one of the adventure books.
It's the Arkham
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to say Arkham.
Stories of Arkham, or that one. I've got
Any-
it anyway. It's one of the two I've got.
Anyways,
So, what's your plan now?
I suppose
Ooh,
we'll
stunned
go and
silence.
I suppose we'll go and do the thing that we're actually wanting to and supposed to be doing.
Or for a change.
Yeah, so let's go to the Necromancer College.
So the guards will kind of like stare at you lifelessly. And just they won't attack you, but they'll also like block your entrance.
We seek an audience with your masters.
You know, a thin reedy voice will come up. It's like, who are you and what do you want?
Somebody else that's more charismatic than me? Anybody else that's more charismatic than me?
I think you've
Sure.
got the highest charisma of those of
I
us
do.
here, actually.
Oh no. Hell no.
No, mine's 16.
Yeah, mine's
Oh
8.
wow, what the fuck do you need that much charisma for?
He's a paladin.
I'm a paladin. That's my
Yeah,
main.
right.
That's my main score.
For some reason, I thought it was wisdom.
Nope. Though I do have pretty good wisdom because I'm also a cleric now.
That's
Well,
why I thought it was, because I thought that paladins and clerics would work up the same base.
Kinda, sorta, not really. Yeah. Anyway,
Base stat, Zebrin.
I know. So, yeah. Let's see. What are we supposed to be rolling here? This is just us talking about why we want to come up and talk to them or something.
Yeah,
Why they
Yeah.
should let us in instead of trying to
charm
kill
and
us.
social grace.
Yeah, so plus charisma.
Yeah, plus charisma.
Yeah, charm and social grace. Let's see, +2. Thud.
Hey.
11. Hey, we got something that you need to see. It's got a lot of mouths.
Oh, ooh! Open the gate! Open the gate! He kind of looks at the giant mass behind you and realizes what he's looking at.
I do like that, like confused at first, then like wait a second, and then ooh.
Toy. Yep, in. So yeah, he'll get you in. He'll get the flesh golem in. The guys will like shut the gate again. He'll kind of walk around and say, "Oh, this is fantastic work." Any idea who did it?
As far as we know, that was just the result of an excess of necromantic energy.
Oh, a natural and abomination. Oh, I haven't seen one of these before.
Let's see, a natural abomination.
I'm just kind of looking at them like, okay, that's a contradiction in terms, kind of like military intelligence.
Hey, subways are uniquely ubiquitous.
Ow.
Ubiquitous. What?
Yes, I got it.
What's a
I got it.
subway?
I just didn't want it.
Don't worry about it.
It's somewhere you
You'll
can get like baguettes, overpriced baguettes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll stick to Firehouse.
Anyway,
So yeah, he'll be completely engrossed in this, amazing example of necromantic art. And
That is
the
apparently
golem will
entirely
be just like,
natural.
yeah.
Now remember, we also let's see. This is out of character, guys. Remember, we also need one of these guys to. Not sure if we want one of them to examine the staff, but we also want to make sure that they don't try to claim the staff as their own. We need the information out of the staff.
So get one of them alone and then do what we did with the guard. Got it.
oh god.
Either that, or we persuade them that either that, or we persuade them that you try to claim the staff for your own, you're going to have the grandmother after your ass.
That's a threat.
That is quite the threat.
Yeah.
And we can prove it because her arm is still on it.
Yes.
Occasionally flicking us all off.
Okay, so we can just find somebody that looks like they have the most ornate robes.
It's like an ornate rogue competition in here.
Yes, I know, but we want to find somebody that actually knows what they look like. They do.
Which robes
like they know what they're doing.
the deepest of black, the darkest of the darkest of nights.
Well, the thing is, you want black without actually wearing black. So I think this is discern realities.
Certain realities.
Yeah.
Don't mind if I do. Oh, who is really in charge here?
That guy over there. Yeah, he's pretty much the classic-looking necromancer. You know, indeterminate age, very thin. It's almost like he's got a skull with skin on it. Robes are black, but kind of look purple or blue, depending how the light hits them. He's got a staff with a skull on it that he's talking to.
All right, so I walk up to him and poke him in the shoulder. We got a question for you.
Mr. Bones, Mr. Bones.
To unlock the old
Mr. Bones.
undying, there's no time for questions. I am unlocking the secrets of life and death.
Yeah, well, we got some
Funny
secrets of
thing-
life and death to
Funny
pose to you.
thing about that, unravel the. Is it we unravel the wrappings
We
around it?
unwrap the staff and say, yeah, that's pertinent to our questions.
What questions? Pertinent in what way? I am a master of the necromantic arts. I have studied for longer than you've been alive.
Yeah, well, the grandmother is the one that we're trying to deal with here.
Her? The Lich Queen?
Yes.
I'm not sure. He's kind of looking at the exits. I mean,
No.
I grab him by the wrist and say, yeah, no, you're
merely
stuck.
So we are merely looking for certain information out of the staff.
you have a staff here.
We just
Just showed it to him.
we just exposed the staff.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I missed that bit.
Yeah, sorry
And
about
the
that.
finger is flipping him off.
So that's her staff. He's now interested. He's terrified and interested at the same time.
Ah,
Because
As to be expected.
he wants it, but B, he's terrified what happens if she finds out he's been messing with it.
let's see. So what? I'm actually. This is me forgetting as a player. So what did the fates say? Like, you know, a necromancer. Like, there's lots of knowledge in this about where Excalibur might be, but like, you know, necromancer's staff needs a necromancer to read into it.
Basically, yeah.
All right, just clarifying.
Yeah,
You-
fine.
I just find this hilarious that we're doing all this when I literally have a map, a compass in my head that's whirling and pointing directly towards the sword.
We're pretending we don't have something that breaks the plot.
I know, but I'm
That-
just saying that
I-
I
that-
do realize that we have this.
Either that, or we're just going neener. We just stole her staff, and we're
But
just
we
taking
don't
her-
actually believe him.
Yeah, that may be the problem. It's like, it's this way, guys. Guys, this way. Oh, okay.
Who is this guy?
To be fair, the last 4 times we listened to him, we ended up in the middle of nowhere.
That wasn't me.
No, that actually.
That's true. It actually wasn't him. Anyways, we're asking about the sword.
Oh, you're looking for it. Well, of course you're looking for it. You seem to be adventurous. Everybody's looking for it. You think she
Yeah,
knows?
the difference is we actually have a lead on it.
We think she do we think she knows? We are unsure, but she does. She cares little for the sword. She only cares for her fallen.
The throne.
Yeah, she only cares for her son, and well, the fallen throne more specifically.
So, you want me to read this, see what she's following, and then what do you plan with doing it with it afterwards?
Now here is.
Perhaps you'd like to keep it.
Oh, I'm
I'm
sure
not
I
sure
can
if
find
that's a
some
good
use.
idea at all.
How did we get this thing again? Out of character here.
You
We-
ripped
We
your
ripped
arm
it
off.
out of her arm.
No, technically you haven't ripped it out of her arm. You ripped her arm off. Her
Yeah.
arm is firmly attached to it.
And this is the staff that held a lot of her power, or at least it's actually, as far as we know, her phylactery, because I can't break it. It's as hard as it's
Yeah, that's just because it's a magical item.
And you rolled terribly.
Oh yeah, I also rolled nothing, but we're just fluffing it that it's unbreakable.
Tis now. When you failed, as soon as you failed, it became unbreakable.
Well, seeing as how if I fail, pretty much I'm the only one person who can even try.
Isn't there a skill that somebody can drain a magical item?
That's also me.
Ah.
And that's called breaking it and then throwing it into my own weapon. So that would be making my sword into a necromantic.
Well, a
Which
necromantic
no one
sword
wants.
seems like it's a major problem. It's like, you're dead. Oh no, well you're not.
Frostmourne? Well, I'd never heard of her.
Soul Edge.
Soul Edge. But yeah, that would also only be when I have access to a forge. I can graft magical powers of a weapon onto my signature weapon.
Awesome.
Yeah, when you find Excalibur, it's going to be quite interesting, isn't it?
Oh god, he's not going to break that sword because I would kill him for it.
I have
But
the
then he's just gonna make another one.
Yeah.
No, actually, because it destroys the original.
Yeah, but then yours gets all the powers of the original.
You're basically just rebranding Excalibur if you do it that way.
Excalibur. It's no longer a long sword. It's a fuck-off two-handed sword.
Pull that from the stone.
Right. Anyway,
So
if you did that to a spear, I would be quite happy with you.
Unfortunately, it's signature weapon only, so only my sword.
I know.
Anyway,
Anyways, I'm just saying that I'm not sure if that's a good idea to give this necromancer a staff of extreme power.
Eh.
Because nothing bad could ever possibly happen if we were to do that. Hint, hint, wink, wink.
I was more expecting someone to point out that, yeah, that's probably not a good idea for him to have it. Because someone wants it back.
And do you think that it's best for us to have it? In that case?
Well, we can't use it, so there's less danger.
We can't use it. We have no need to use it, and we're probably going to be wandering around the countryside. So, what's the worst that could happen?
Oh god, you actually asked it.
Undead army marching across the lands, murdering all of them in their path, seemingly on a rampage.
Monday. Basically a
With
Monday.
all of them missing one arm.
No.
Just in case it wasn't obvious enough.
The one-armed horde.
It was the one-armed man down the street. All of them. You know, I get the feeling that when the Romans invade, they're going to end up running into a skeletal army and they're going to just die and become part of the skeletal army.
The Romans already invaded.
The Romans already invaded.
Yeah.
When?
About 1,000 years ago.
Well,
Well,
no.
500 years ago.
Time.
And they
400?
already abandoned this place for the hellhole it was.
After mining out most of the tin and copper minerals they could easily get their hands on.
Yeah. The stuff that
Right.
was easy to get their hands on. Because now it really wasn't paying for the taxes that went into protecting it.
Right. Well, moving on.
Onwards and upwards.
And something else.
So yeah, my thought is that we can't really give the staff to him. That would just be all kinds of bad news.
Probably.
Yeah,
But
like
he
I said,
really
I was
wants
expecting
it.
someone to point out to him that if he wants it, he's gonna have to keep it. And the grandmother does not take kindly to people touching her things.
We're already dead men walking. Don't worry.
Would you like to join the list?
It's a dead people. can't exclude genders. That would be wrong.
Even though we don't have any women.
We don't? Huh.
Mm-mm.
Never mind.
So, would you be willing to let me at least study it for a little while?
We're gonna have to.
That's part.
Oh,
Let's see. That's part and parcel of what we're asking you to do.
yeah, but I mean a bit longer than just for what you want it for. Not keep, but like a bit of extra studying.
1 day.
One day. You can learn a lot in a day. It's fine. Yes, okay, your terms are acceptable.
Also partially because we need a night's rest. Anyways.
Yay.
How much does an inn cost?
What, the whole inn? Or just a room?
No, just a room.
Not entirely sure.
It's probably under the
Well, how good do you want it?
Yeah. Probably
something to sleep, some place to sleep, and
Pleasant,
not.
Wait.
Pleasant Inn.
Can we crash in the dorm rooms?
They won't
This
let
is-
us.
Oh,
He might be able to swing that.
can I give him a? Can I try a charisma check?
But actually, for services, a week stay at a peasant inn is 14 minus charisma.
I think we would have to do. I think we would have to have the same price as for here. 7. Hello?
Hello.
We hear you.
Yep.
I
Okay.
thought you were continuing because you sort of trailed off.
All right.
So yeah,
Oh.
14 minus Christmas coin for a week. A night's companionship in inverted commas is only 20 minus charisma coins. So it's
However,
cheaper.
that's not what we're going for.
No, I just find it funny. It's cheaper the better looking you are.
Uh-huh.
Have you never?
Now, I'm not sure. Does that charisma bonus or is that charisma score?
That's charisma score.
Score.
So, as it is right now, Haster could bluff himself for a week stay at a peasant inn for free, effectively.
No, he
Which
doesn't
actually
even
would-
have to. That's the price that you have to pay for it.
Yeah.
But he's got a charisma score that's above 14, so a peasant inn, he could just go, look, I'll stand in your lobby and look amazing, and people just like flock here to see me. Therefore, I won't be paying you anything.
Well, that actually makes perfect sense then.
Yeah. Whereas a higher inn is 30 minus charisma score, because they.
So he's still pretty cheap.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's more than we have, but it's still not that bad.
So he rolled a 7 to
Right.
see about convincing for the dormitories, but I'm not sure if that's a good idea because
Well, we would only have to deal with student projects and so forth. I mean, it's like we're gonna be hot monking in a.
Cold
Well, I'm-
bunking. It's a necromantic
bunking.
school.
I'm more on the basis of, if he wants to betray us, then, where better place to do that than on their own turf. Because at least if at the inn they'd have to, try to burn the inn down, kill everybody on the way in, or at least sneak past everybody on the way in.
Or just make us fight our way back into the area.
That's another. You win some, you lose some. What do you guys want to do? I'm kind of impartial.
I'm okay with being. You know what? I think it's easier to just try to avoid being stabbed in the night than having to fight through the guards. Know what I mean?
Says you. You're talking to pretty much the person who's built to fight through the guards. So it's all relative.
He may be legit. I wouldn't know. I was busy having my head down in a box of rations. This stuff's good, like trail mix.
Does it
Mhm.
look like pizza?
Yeah, pizza like.
Surprising.
Pizza.
Pizza hasn't been invented.
Wow. And anyway,
Anyways,
yes, moving on.
Slowly. Slowly but surely moving on.
He's going to make a decision, and that's generally going to be mincing for about 5-10 minutes.
If not longer.
I say we bed down here. I mean, either or, we don't have to worry about the brands outside and all that stuff.
Not as much at any rate.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, that sounds good. So that guard is now gibbering in fear and probably highly mad.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
you were
we-
reading the book to him.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know,
You know that
Normally
thing we
when-
told you not to do.
Yeah.
He
normally
stepped
when somebody
away.
tells you that they're going to throw the book at you, you know, it's more of a legal thing. This one is you'd rather just be thrown in jail forever.
You'd
No,
rather
he's-
just be killed.
He's enthralled. He's gibbering, but, it's like, yes, for the passage, please.
Cthulhu Fatang!
It will make more sense, I'm sure.
As he's bleeding out of his ears.
Yes.
And eyes.
Stop weeping. Open your damn eyes.
That tasty mythos score.
What do you want, Cicero? Why did you just walk in and meow at me?
Because we
Because he's
haven't
a
named any
cat?
ships after him
Oh.
after a while.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they haven't taken any ships. Sorry. No, he looks grumpy. You need to take more ships.
Well, we could get some ships here, but
And then
we're
sink
not.
them.
I was thinking it would be a bad idea to play a piracy game, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you sleeping here tonight?
Why not? What's the worst that could happen?
Everything.
Everything.
That's why I asked.
Guitar solo.
Now, that's either a crit success for bad things happening or a crit failure for bad things happening. I'm not sure.
I'm not entirely sure. I just thought I'd roll some dice. I haven't rolled any dice in a while, so I just thought I'd roll some dice.
Mm-hmm.
Probably defy danger with wisdom. If one of you would like to make me that roll.
Only
My
one?
wisdom is 13.
I rolled 10.
10. Yeah,
Beautiful.
you managed to figure out the best place to sleep that's not going to get overrun by zombie rats, or you're not accidentally getting mistaken for the next batch of test subjects.
Wait, so we're basically sleeping on the rafters then?
Yeah, basically.
It's better than sleeping on the floor. Not
Especially
much,
here.
but it is.
Remember, even the lice could be, even like the lice and fleas could be undead at this point.
That'd be pretty cool.
Or it may be worse. We may run into undead students who are, are planning undead pranks.
Alright.
Yes.
I'm gonna be right back, actually.
Alright. So, we sleep for the night.
Yep.
Recovering
And it
our...
just sort of turns into a tree outside.
I'm gonna tick off the week because... I mean,
You've actually had a nice sleep and a full belly.
Yep, you can all get rid of that.
do we tick off one use of food, or do they actually feed us?
They'll feed you.
It's questionable material, but it's still food.
No,
No,
it's
they-
it's
no,
pretty good
it's-
stuff.
Well, remember,
it's-
the
it's-
necromancers are still very much alive. They want to eat good food.
Yeah.
It's just spotted dick.
What the heck is that, anyways? Is it like some
It-
kind of sausage thing?
No, it's a pudding with raisins in it.
Oh.
Why did you go straight to sun?
Yeah, I know, but it's like, whatever.
Classically British? Recognizably British?
So it's pudding with raisins.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
just
Suet pudding with dried fruit, often served with custard.
huh.
That doesn't actually sound terribly.
It's not
Oh.
bad. It's a
I
bit
was about to
bland.
say, like,
Yeah.
it actually sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just the name is just like, why would they name it that?
Because it was named before that was a thing.
It was named. I mean, Americans were quite prude.
Yeah.
So we hear that name and just giggle. I'm like, he said that.
It's probably it is just a double entendre.
Or a single intender,
Yeah.
depending on how you want to use.
And tender.
Mm-hmm.
Or it could just be a corruption, apparently, of pudding evolving through puddick, pud-dick, and then just finds the dick.
Oh,
Where's
yeah,
the
that actually.
spotted come from then?
Because it
Because
looks
of
like it's got
raisins.
spots. Because it's got
Because
raisins.
of raisins.
Right.
Anyway, so we're not. So we're eating our nice
Yep.
raisin pudding and so forth.
Yep. And proper food, and there's good wine. Yeah, this is
And
the best.
is refusing to touch any of it because necromancers.
Oh, that
They're only
hurts.
They're only slightly unnatural. I mean, they're
Everybody-
natural.
Con save.
No, they're not going to try and murder you. Not at the open meal, anyway.
Oh no, it's a religious thing.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember he's a druid, and this whole thing is like full of unnatural magics.
Yeah. All right. So, does anything happen during the night? Actually, do we take watches?
Taking watch is probably a good idea. Even if they have promised not to murder us, you never know what some of their experiments might do.
We're not
I'm
going to
sure
murder
they're-
you, but if you turn up dead during the night, we're not going to be that upset either.
Oh, what a shame. Something must have happened to them.
It is a shame their head is no longer connected to any of their bodies.
Can their bodies, but it's connected to a body somewhere.
It's connected to the golem.
Oh, Jesus.
He likes making new friends.
Oh, let's not.
All right, so we sleep in shifts because paranoia,
Yep.
and then
Morning comes.
Yay.
Yeah, the guy will still be in his lab, working away. He seems to have managed to disconnect the hand. Although he seems to have just like attached it to a branch. He seems to have tricked it in letting go of the staff and grabbing onto a branch. It's a hand. It doesn't really know what it's doing.
It probably feels about the same.
Yeah, he's got the staff floating in the middle of the room with all sorts of like incantations flying into it and like magic arcing across the room.
it's like that scene in the Avengers 2 when they're messing with the Infinity Gem. I'm sure that there is cessation of whispers and so forth.
Oh yeah, he's kind of mustering away. Are you trying to figure out what he's doing?
What would I have to roll to do that?
Probably wisdom.
Yeah, probably a wisdom check.
Ah. I'm mad enough to do that.
Well, you're a little bit madder now.
Alright, yay!
Gain an insanity point.
Alright. Wait, what do I
Just
put?
one?
What do I mark one of those down for?
You don't. It's just a joke.
Ah.
He seems to be casting quite a powerful necromantic spell. Trying to drain the staff and kind of connect it to his own.
What would it take to break this?
That seems a bit like not part of the deal.
Yeah, you probably need to break his concentration.
Rawr. So punch him in the face, sort of thing.
Yeah, that would work. Little unsubtle.
No, punch him in the groin.
That's more like you lot, right?
I'll just tackle him. As a wolf.
So he's
I
gonna get
do actually do that, by
Yeah.
the way.
arcing light. Whoa. Alright, so blocking back in.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hello. We
Ooh.
can see
What
hear
the
the wind.
hell happened to you?
I dropped off the face of the internet.
You
Again.
might want to
I
adjust your
meant
sound.
call quality, yeah. Are you on your phone or something?
Any better?
Yeah, that's
Yep,
better.
much
Yeah,
better.
Right. So yeah, you take him down, but you do get like an errant blast of necromantic energy.
Does armor
Hmm.
count for that?
Yeah, that will count.
Wait, So
can
he
I
takes
come
damage?
back in like 5 minutes once you're not getting attacked by necromancers?
we're just trying
no,
to
I
disrupt
was
a
the one
ritual to.
attacking him.
We're just trying to disrupt a ritual of him draining the staff's energy and adding it to his own.
Oh, and he takes 6.
He'll start screaming because he's got a wolf wrapped around his arm. But yeah,
Um,
everything will start to like dissipate in the room.